What's going on, guys? Dan Watson here. In this video, I want to talk about the power of one. I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase the power of one. There are a few different versions of it depending on who you ask and where you look. One of these versions was written by a man named Brian Rooney. I want to give him full credit for this text down below, but I still want to go over it and then maybe use that reasoning and context to apply it to something like prosperity marketing system. Most of the time when we hear a story about a powerful success in marketing, we are hearing about someone who just ran some incredibly impossible numbers, like almost impossible to believe the amount of numbers that they ran. And while it is exciting to read about this sort of success, most of us tend to think that we just can't achieve that sort of wealth in marketing unless we become a powerhouse recruiter and put hundreds of people in the business personally. This article, however, is designed to show you what can be done when you commit to being consistent and focus your efforts for a while, no matter which marketing business you are building. I call it the power of one. This plan is designed for the part-timer that may only have a few hours to spend on their business each week. They aren't going to quit their job anytime soon, but they do want to build a business on the side with the expectation that they will have the option to fire their boss or cut their job hours back should they choose to do so in the future. What we are going to do is focus on bringing in one new referral each month. Just one. Can you do more than one? Yes, obviously. But this example is going to focus on the sort of power and leverage that you can build up by bringing in just one new referral, and this is the extremely important part, teaching and helping them to do the same. Let's take a look at what can happen with this incredible power of one system in your marketing business. Remember, we are focusing on getting one new referral each month. We are going to then work with that new referral to help them do the same. So let's take a look at what might be possible. Month one, you are just getting started with your new business. You are excited, of course. You probably don't know everything there is to know about the comp plan or how it all works, but you can definitely see the potential. You reach out to some friends and maybe some family, and you bring in one new referral, and now you have one referral in your team. As we carry on to month two, you and your new team member from last month also bring in a new referral, and your group grows by 2. So you now have a total of 3 referrals in your system because you and your personal referral from the first month each brought in 1 that month. So month 3, you and your 3 friends are getting the training. You are working together and you are each bringing in 1 new referral each month. So your team now has 7 total referrals under you in your first 90 days. That's not terrible. By month 4, you're starting to hit your stride. You and your team are staying in touch with your upline leadership team. You are working together and you each add 1 new referral this month. Your marketing business now has a total of 15 people on your team. You have personally referred only just 4 of those. Month 5, you continue learning about your business, you continue your self-education, you continue learning about new marketing methods, and you are now seeing some results and your team is starting to get excited. You each refer just 1 new referral in this 5th month, which now brings your marketing team to a total of 31 members total, with you having only personally brought in 5 people. Month 6, let's be honest, by this time most people have quit their marketing business. They probably said something like, I don't like these get-rich-quick deals, but then got frustrated because they didn't make any money fast. Most folks have been working their regular jobs for much longer than 6 months, and not only are they not rich, yet they have no reasonable expectation that their job will ever make them rich, but yet they keep waking up in the morning to go to that same job. But not you and your team. You realize that this is a process that may take some time. You are committed to each other in the business and your future success, so you continue working together. You spend some time on personal development, on more education, you keep learning more, and you each put 1 new referral onto the team this month. Now your marketing business has a total of 63 total people, and your team is really starting to get excited by the rate at which these numbers are growing. Month number 7, you are starting to feel the excitement in your own team now. The power of one is really starting to have an impact on your marketing business. Your team is growing and so is your income. You and your team are building momentum. Some folks may be putting in more than 1 new referral each month, But let's keep doing the math based on everyone just bringing in one new referral each month. Your team continues to grow, and now you have 127 people in your network below you. Month 8, all your doubts are starting to fade, and you're really starting to feel the excitement yourself. This thing is actually working. Your network team is now seeing results, and you continue working on personal development and advertisement education. Your team follows the system, and you each add one new referral. Your team now has 255 members under you. So in month 9, at this same rate, your team will reach roughly 511 members this month. Now, depending on your company's comp plan, bonuses, incentives, etc., your income should be at a very nice level by this time and very hard to ignore. By following the simplicity of the power of one, your network business has now reached 1,023 team members. And in month 11, can you believe your team is now over 2,000 members strong? Month 12, over 4,000 members in your marketing business in your first year. That is ridiculous. That is amazing. Most people will never reach that amount of people under them in a marketing business. But now for the reality check you all knew was coming. If you're like most folks, you probably gave up around month 3, 4, maybe 5. Someone told you no. Guess what? That happens to folks who have been in the industry for years and are earning 5, 6, and 7-figure monthly checks as well. We all hear the word no. We all hear the answer no. Those who succeed just didn't quit. They just talked to the next person on the email list. The key to successfully implementing this plan for you is to make up your mind that you're going to see the plan all the way through. Recognize that some will do more than others, some will do less than others, some will quit, some will excel. That's what happens in the real world, and it's no different in the marketing arena. Now, we all know that there's lots of tremendously successful people involved in this kind of marketing. First question for you to ask yourself, am I ready to become one of those success stories? And if you are, then make the decision to follow this plan. Don't beg people to join your opportunity. Invite people to partner with you as you follow a plan to create financial freedom together. Consider working harder on the front end and maybe go for 2, 3, maybe even 4 new referrals and work with them to do the same. Momentum is a very powerful ally in this marketing venture. Put it to work for you. Make sure that you do. Build as fast or slowly as you like, but the key is to continue building your business. Always have forward momentum. So anyway, that's what was written by Brian Rooney about the power of one. It's pretty powerful stuff if you ask me. I want to take this outlook and apply a few different variables and context to it just to show you what is really possible with a little bit of luck, a little bit of determination, and a little knowledge that I can hopefully help you with. We're going to discuss a scenario where you start promoting the prosperity marketing system, and it doesn't matter if you promote it on the front end of your funnel or somewhere in the follow-up or maybe even on the back end. Now, I don't want you to give you unrealistic expectations, but at the same time, I don't know what your marketing experience you have. I don't know if you already have a large email list. I don't know if you have already created a related YouTube channel that you publish to on a consistent basis. Maybe you are one of these people that has a huge following on Instagram or TikTok. Maybe none of those describe you. Maybe your situation is different. Maybe you don't have an existing email list or a YouTube channel or any large following on social media. Maybe you are a complete newbie with absolutely zero experience, and that is completely fine as well. In the following scenario, we are going to take a very pessimistic approach to these numbers. We are going to be using very conservative numbers here as well. We are still going to assume, however, that you market this hard. You really put some effort into it. You start building your own email list. You post a few free videos on YouTube about it. You reach out to a few people and groups on social media. Let's assume that in this hypothetical scenario, you were able to collect a few hundred emails into your free autoresponder. Maybe you were even able to collect 1,000 or so emails after a while. Of those 1,000 people or less, let's say that you were able to get maybe only a super small percentage of people to take a free tour of the prosperity marketing system. Let's say your email follow-up is not that great. Your copywriting needs work. You pick an autoresponder that maybe doesn't have great deliverability, and your subject lines suck and maybe need work. Let's say that your open rate is terrible, and not many people seem to even read your emails, much less care what you have to say. But of all those people that you have contacted, either through Messenger, in person, on the phone, over text, or through your automated email follow-up, let's say you're only able to get about 10% of those people to sign up just to take a free tour at Prosperity Marketing System. That would mean you now have around 100 free membership level tour takers. Again, for this last part, we're going to go extremely conservative with our expectations, and we're going to assume that less than 5% of those free tour takers decide to become a paid upgraded student membership level and agree to pay the $12 a month. So going along with all these terrible numbers, let's say that you were able to get 1,000 people on your email list, and of that 1,000 email leads, 10% of those leads decided to sign up and take a free tour of the back office of Prosperity Marketing System. We're also going to assume that of those 100 free tour takers, that only 4 of those people decide to upgrade their membership to the student level. That's only 1 person each week for only 4 weeks. Now I know that 4 paid upgrades may not sound like much, and to be honest, it's really not. However, in order to make this hypothetical scenario as realistic and non-hypey as possible, we're going to say that you never ever get another paid upgrade beyond those 4 people. You're only going to be able to get 1 person each week for only 4 weeks. We went really hard in the beginning, and we really put all our effort into this and behind this, and maybe even you spend a small amount on paid traffic to build your list a little bit faster to get to those 1,000 people. But in this make-believe situation, we are going to assume that you're only able to achieve 1 paid upgrade each week for the first 4 weeks. This means you only get 4 paid upgrades total, and you never get any more at any point down the road. However, just for the sake of math, we are going to assume that each of your paid referrals only gets 1 person each week for the first 4 weeks, period. No matter how aggressively they market it, they only get a maximum of 4 each for themselves. Now, just for the sake of the math in this article, we're going to assume that just for example purposes that everybody gets their 1 paid referral a week, but only 4, and they do it within 30 days. Again, this is just for math purposes. Obviously, it may take some people a little bit longer. It may take some people a lot less time to get their 4. But we're going to split the difference here in this example and assume that each person can get 4 paid referrals under them in their first 30 days and never get another one after that. So let's take a close look at what were to happen if that were the case. Alright, so first year pay plan based on leverage and duplication. So for this example, let's assume that every member of our team refers only 4 people into Prosperity Marketing System in their first month, and it duplicates. For the sake of simplicity, we're going to keep the commissions at $10 per Prosperity Marketing System referral. So in month 1, you refer your 4 people. You refer 1 person that upgrades each week. Now, accordance with the plan, you have to pass up 2 of those to your sponsor, the number 2 and the number 4. You are now earning 2 times $10, that's $20. Congratulations, you're now in profit. Your monthly fees are around $12, and you're earning $20. So you will have to use a little bit of that to pay for your own monthly membership, but you are still earning a little bit on top of that. So good job within your first 30 days. All right, so month 2. Remember that even though you got 4 paid signups, 4 paid referrals of the membership the month before, you did have to pass up 2 of them. So now you only have 2 left. However, those 2 of your personal referrals will each get their 4 in month 2 for a total of 8 people. Now, of those 8 people, 4 of them are passed up to you. So 4 times $10 is $40. Add the $20 from the last month that you're earning, and you now have a residual income of $60 a month. Not exactly groundbreaking, I know, but please stick with me. All right, on to month 3. The 4 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 16. Of those 16 new people, 8 are passed up to you. So 8 times $10 is $80. Add the $60 that you're already earning from last month, and all of a sudden you have a residual income of $140 a month. Month 4. Of the 8 new people that were passed up to you, each of those get their 4 paid upgrades for a total of 32 new paid upgrades in your team. Now, of those 32, 16 paid upgrades are passed to you. So 16 times 10 is 160. Add the 140 from last month, and now all of a sudden you have a residual monthly income of $300 a month. Not terrible, not chicken scratch. And we're less than 6 months into this, and remember, you only signed up 4 people that upgraded, no more than that. Month 5, the 16 new people that were passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 64. Of those 64, 32 people are passed up to you. So 32 people times $10 a month in commissions is $320. But don't forget to add the $300 from last month that you've already accrued, and now all of a sudden you have a residual monthly income of $620 a month. Now it's actually starting to be noticeable. Alright, month 6, the 32 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 128 paid upgrades. Of those 128 people, 64 of them are passed up to you. We multiply 64 people times $10 a month commissions, that works out to $640. However, we do need to add the $620 from last month, and now all of a sudden you have a residual income of $1,260 per month. This is starting to get pretty ridiculous pretty fast, but stick with me. Month 7, the 64 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 256. Of those 256, 128 are passed up to you. So 128 times 10 is $1,280 a month, but add that to the $1,260 from the last month, and now you have a residual income of $2,540 per month. And remember, all you did was refer 4 paid upgrades. You had to get a few people on your list to do it, but you only had 4 people that upgraded. Alright, month 8. The 128 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 512. Of those 512, 256 are passed up to you. So 256 times 10 is $2,560. Add that to $2,540 from last month, and you have a residual income of $5,100 per month. I don't know about you, but that's going to be about the same to replace most people's day job income. Month 9. 256 new people that were passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 1,024. Of those 1,024, 512 were passed up to you. 512 times $10 is $5,120, but add the $5,100 from last month, and now you have a residual income of $10,220 per month. That is legit 6 figures. That is beyond $100,000 per year. Month 10. The 512 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 2,048 people. Of those 2,048, 1,024 are passed up to you. So 1,024 times $10 a month is $10,240. Add the $10,220 from last month, and now you have a residual monthly income of $20,460 a month. Month 11, the 1,024 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 4,096 people. Of those 4,096, 2,048 are passed up to you. So 2,048 times $10 a month, $20,480 plus the $20,460 from last month, and now you have a residual monthly income of $40,940 per month. This is where it starts to get super insane. Month 12. The 2,048 new people passed up to you each get their 4 for a total of 8,192. Of those 8,192, 4,096 are passed up to you. So 4,096 times $10 a month is $40,960. However, we do need to add the $40,940 from last month that you're currently earning, and now you have a residual income of $81,900 per month. That is just shy of $1 million per year. Now, does this happen to every affiliate that joins? No, of course not. Nobody can predict if you or your new referrals are going to take action. However, here's one thing that I can predict. With this sales system and traffic training, you and your referrals are going to have about the best chance of duplicating this process. Now please keep in mind, this is all without anyone joining your primary business or any other income streams built into the system and platform. Now you can see why my sponsor was able to quit his job after leveraging this incredible system. In case you're wondering, his name is Jeff Amon. Feel free to look him up. Okay, I know that the chance and the ability of earning a residual $82,000 a month every single month after only 12 months, not to mention the extrapolated yearly income, sounds really far-fetched. I mean, maybe not just a bit, maybe really far-fetched. And you're probably right. So I want to take an even more conservative approach to this example. Now, in the last example, at the end of our first 6 months, we had only referred one person a week for the first 4 weeks and no more. After the end of that first 6 months, we have a total of 14 direct referrals after taking into consideration the 2 initial paid referrals that you passed up. Remember, it was number 2 and number 4. As well as all the referrals passed up to you. But again, we're going to take this just a step further and assume that, very realistically, your results are not quite as good. Let's say in this example, it takes you a little bit more time. Let's say you still get your initial 1 person per week to be a paid upgraded student membership level for 4 weeks, and still never got any more paid upgrades yourself. Any other paid upgrades you got on your front line was done from your downline. So let's say that your downline wasn't quite as productive as the first example, and it takes them a little bit longer to get their 4 paid upgrades. They still do, in this example, get those 4 paid upgrades, but it takes a little bit more time in the beginning, which slows everything down a little bit. This is a fairly realistic presumption, so we will take a slightly more slow-paced approach to our example. Let's assume that in this example, your downline still gets their 1 paid upgrade every couple weeks instead of every week, just to realistically slow things down a bit. We will say that it takes your downline not only a week or a month to really get in a good recruiting flow, but what if it took up to 6 months to get each of their 4? But after that, they'd, learned a little bit more, gotten a little bit more education about traffic and marketing, and they developed a system and a routine for their marketing game and upped it. And after that initial 6 months, they were able to get a pretty consistent 1 new paid upgrade per week per 4 weeks. This is the example of 12 months of what that would look like. Alright, month 1 through 6, you send several people to your Prosperity Marketing System affiliate link to sign up for a free week as a tour taker. You have 4 of those tour takers decide to upgrade to a paid student membership, and those upgraded members get to work on marketing their own affiliate links. It takes them a little while to get enough free tour takers for them each to have 4 paid upgrades each. After the first 6 months, though, especially if your team is practicing our team build strategy I will talk about later, your entire downline starts to get a little bit more efficient with their list building and marketing and can fill their funnel with a consistent amount of leads each and every day, and sooner or later the law of numbers starts to do its thing. After this time frame, we are going to assume that everybody that joins afterwards will get their first paid referral within a week and 1 more after that for the next 3 weeks, giving them no more than 4 paid referrals each. By the end of your first 6 months, you should have at least 10 people on your front line, both from the 2 you kept from your original 4 and 8 that were passed up to you, all earning you $10 each a month. That means you now have a residual income of $100 a month and $1,200 per year. By the beginning of month 7, you have almost half a year of hard work behind you. By now, you should have 10 paid upgraded referrals on your front line, all paying you. Those 10 people on your front line should all each have gotten 1 paid upgrade each week for 4 weeks. But each of those 10 people will have to pass up 2 people to you in that time frame. That means you will be passed up a total of 20 people in that time frame. If you add those 20 new people to your front line, to the 10 people you already had on your front line, you will now have 30 paid upgraded referrals on your front line paying you $10 each month. That means you now have a residual monthly income of $300 a month and $3,600 per year. At the beginning of month 8, those 20 new people on your front line should have each gotten their 1 paid upgrade each week for 4 weeks, but each of those 20 new people will have to pass up 2 people to you in that time frame. That means you will be passed up a total of 40 new people in that time frame. If you add those 40 new people to your front line, that already has the 30 people on there, you will now have 70 paid upgraded referrals on your front line, all earning you $10 each month. You now have a residual income of $700 a month, or $8,400 a year. By the beginning of month 9, those 40 new people that got passed up to your front line should each have gotten their one paid upgrade each week for 4 weeks. But each of those 40 people will have to pass up 2 people to you in that time frame. That means you will be passed up a total of 80 people in that time frame. If you add those 80 new people to your front line to the 70 people you already had in your front line, you will now have 150 paid upgraded referrals on your front line, all paying you $10 each month. Congratulations! You now have a residual monthly income of $1,500, or about $18,000 per year. By the beginning of month 10, those 80 new people that got passed up to you on your front line should have each gotten their one paid upgrade each week for 4 weeks. But each of those 80 people will have to pass up 2 people to you in that time frame. That means you will be passed up a total of 160 people in that time frame. If you add those 160 people to your front line to the 150 people you already had in your front line, you will now have 310 paid upgraded referrals on your front line, all paying you $10 each month. You have a residual income of $3,100 per month, or roughly a little over $37,000 per year. By the beginning of month 11, those 160 new people that got passed up to your front line should have each gotten their one paid upgrade each week for 4 weeks. But each of those 160 people will have to pass up 2 people to you in that time frame. That means you will be passed up a total of 320 people in that time frame. If you add those 320 people to your front line to the 310 people you already had on your front line, you will now have 630 paid upgraded referrals on your front line, all paying you $10 each month. You now have a residual income of $6,300 a month, or roughly a little over $75,000 a year. Alright, just like before, month 12, it really starts to go bonkers. By the beginning of month 12, those 320 new people that got passed up to your front line should each have gotten their one paid upgrade each week for 4 weeks, but each of those 320 people will have to pass up 2 people to you in that time frame. That means you will be passed up a total of 640 people in that time frame. If you add those 640 new people to your front line to the 630 people you already had on your front line, you will now have 1,270 paid upgraded referrals on your first line, all paying you $10 each month. You now have a residual income of $12,700 per month, or a little over $152,000 USD per year. Now, again, I know that sounds pretty ridiculous. $150,000 a year within 1 year, okay, might not be the most realistic thing, but it is a lot more conservative than the last example. But what if you were only capable of accomplishing half of this, and created a residual income of about $6,000 per month within a year or so? Would that be helpful? The answer is yes. It would be life-changing for most folks. However, because of our team's high-converting sales machine, you have a chance to hit the goals outlined above, if not even more. If you have been looking for the best funded proposal to use as a front-end promotion, the Prosperity Marketing System is one of the easiest and cheapest ways to do it. No longer do you need to waste time creating your own product with everything that entails, like market research, graphic design, web design, and a million other little things that take up lots of time and money. This is a well-oiled, efficient sales marketing funnel machine, and it only costs you $12. Now, because this process includes several other possible sources of income within this framework, you can multiply your income relatively quickly with this system on a massive level once you get to a point where you are able to funnel several new leads into this system on a daily basis. Now, of course, it all depends on the effort you're willing to put in to make the system work for you. Now, if you watch my review video as well as the comp video, you're willing to put in the work to be successful, use the links on this page to get it, and also the amazing bonuses that we've thoughtfully prepared, as well as the sponsors' bonuses as well. Don't forget, it does include a free 7-day trial, so you have plenty of time to take a good look around to see if it fits you and your business strategy. So go check it out by either clicking the link or the banner below. And don't forget, we do have a very specific team build strategy that I'm going to reveal to you in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer those for you as quickly as possible, at least to the best of my ability. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me, and I will talk to you in the next video. Thanks again.